And y'all, I think
All
I
right.
think people are bored of the news. Emily and you can talk about it a little bit more
Indeed.
after American Fork. For now, American Fork.
American Fork. Hello again, Radio for All listeners. I'm Bethany Lake, coming to you from American Fork, Utah. And we're on location for our first ever true crime podcast. Big Arza, the world's largest operational deep fryer and American Fork's most notable tourist attraction, has gone missing. Along with it, our PA, Curtis, has vanished as well. This is American Fork.
America. America.
Last week, we talked to several local residents about Big Arza and their connections to the case. While local legend Detective Robert Scoop, who is in studio with us today, spoke to the members of our production team.
And I'm in the studio too, Bethany. Hi, folks. Fearless leader and executive producer Jeff King here.
Yes, everyone. Jeff King is still here. He's always here. Detective Scoop, how are you today?
Fine, Bethany. Thank you for asking. Though there was one member of your crew whom I have not yet had the chance to interview. And yet, she seems to have tracked down the most meaningful leads thus far. Why don't you tell us a little bit about Amanda Waverly, social media strategist extraordinaire?
Oh, right. Amanda is technically new to the RFA team. Before we hired her to do her little posts on Facebook and Instagram and MySpace and what have you.
Jeffrey, even I know MySpace is, as the kids say, washed.
Fine. Anyway, she was just our college intern. We just hired her full-time when we began production on American Fork, and she's still a little wet behind the ears, so we didn't think it would be necessary for you to question her, and that's
Of
that's
course, that was before she got the biggest break in the case that any of us have had thus far.
Right. That.
Well, I understand how you might have initially overlooked this Holmesian wonder. But you see, everyone has to answer for themselves eventually. If not to me, then to humanity. One may run from justice, but justice doesn't tire. You can't spell justice without just ice. And we'll need some ice to cool down from this hot lead.
Okay then. Well, why don't we play Amanda's earth-shattering interview for the audience?
I suppose that would be prudent.
Great. Okay, folks. We've got a special treat for you today. Some grade A reporting done by our very own Amanda Waverly, who came across quite a bit of intrigue as she was acclimating herself to the knit and grit of downtown American Fork. Evan, could you play the audio clip?
Hey, Insta fam! I've been out here roaming the streets, and let me tell you, AF is hashtag dope AF. Get it? Because the initials of American Fork are AF.
Wow, she's already starting trends.
Do we really have time for this?
Just listen to the rest of the recording. Amanda really works for Gen Z magic.
I'm coming at you live from Tony's Pizzeria, the most popular pizza place in town. Oh, it's my turn at the counter. Hey there, I'm with Radio for All, and I'd like to ask you a few questions. JFYI though, you are live on my Instagram feed.
Okay. Shoot, I guess.
Thanks. So, are you Tony?
Nope. The name's Mitt Pingle, and I'll let you in on a little secret. There's never actually been a Tony. The family that owns the place just thinks it sounds more authentic. Now, I hate lying more than a naked wombat hates the sun, but a job's a job, you know? So, what can I get you today?
Actually, I have a few more questions. Could you talk more into my phone, please? So, Radio for All is currently producing a show all about Big Arza's disappearance. I was wondering if you knew anything about what happened.
Oh, wow, you're the folks from the city I keep hearing about. Oh, shoot. I would have gotten a haircut if I'd known we were coming in. Look as raggedy as a windswept prairie dog. Make sure the phone gets my good side.
Def. This is just for my IG story, so like no big, but back to Big Arza. What do you know about it?
Oh, well, sorry to say I haven't heard a ton about old Arza. Supposedly the owner's real shaken up about it, though. We always called the friar in the back Little Arza in its honor. Doesn't feel right now.
Is the owner around now? I would love to talk to them too.
Nope, he's not in.
Huh. Do you know when he'll be here?
I can't say that I do.
Well, when is he usually here?
You know, it's the wildest thing. I've never actually met him. Just hear about him a lot from the manager. She's the one who told me how upset the owner is. Only thing I really know about the owner is that his name's not Tony. I've never even seen him here. Honestly, most of the time it's just me in the front and a couple of guys slinging pies in the back, you know?
Okay, can you just tell me his name then?
Oh, what if I could? But believe it or not, I don't even know that. The owner has gone to great lengths to keep it that way.
Interesting. Well, I guess I'll take a slice of pepperoni and be on my way then.
Coming right up. Oh, you know, I just remembered something. Those out-of-town kids, Blaze and Cush, were in here whispering last week, and I could have sworn I heard them talking about how happy they were about Big Urza's disappearance. I know they're a little different, but that just rubbed me wrong. Like petting an angry porcupine, you know?
Ouch. That sounds really painful. Well, thanks for the tip, Mitt. Do you know where I can find... Sorry, Blaze and Cush, was it?
Yep, their mom was some kind of hippie or something. I've seen them hanging out at the old train station sometimes, vaping and whatnot. If they aren't at their grandparents' house or school, that'd be my best guess. Oh, that'll be your pizza.
Thank you so much, Mitt. I'm sure I'll see you again soon. All right, fam, that's all I've got for you today. I hope you had as much fun as I did. Ciao.
Is that it?
So, Detective Scoop, what do you think of the newest and youngest RFA team member?
Well, I have to hand it to her. She did uncover that intriguing tidbit about those ruffians. And why is the owner of the town's most beloved pizzeria so mysterious? I've waited my whole life to meet Tony. To find out he's but a figment is surprisingly disappointing. But there's lots to uncover. Perhaps our next interviewee might shed some light on these suspenseful subjects.
Yes, we're very fortunate to have Melissa McCormick, president of the PTA and wife of Mayor Walter McCormick, in the studio with us today. Nobody knows the goings-on of American Fork the way she does. And since Amanda did such a great job on her accidental interview with Mitt, we're going to let her mic up and join us in the studio today.
Good afternoon, Mrs. McCormick. How are you today?
Bobby, we've known each other since we were 5. Call me Melissa.
Right. Melissa, you're an expert on the inner workings and social politics of the town. So tell me, who is the owner of Tony's Pizzeria, and what does he stand to gain by remaining anonymous?
I really couldn't say. Some people just really value their privacy, I guess. I'm a bit confused, though. What does that have to do with Big Arza?
Thank you.
Perhaps nothing. Perhaps everything. We leave no stone left unturned.
Right. Well, did you want to ask me some questions about Big Arza?
Wait, but your whole thing is that you know more tea than anyone else in town, right?
She means gossip.
I wouldn't say it's my whole thing, but I suppose I am fairly in the know, yes.
And even you don't know who owns Tony's?
That's right, hon. Sorry to disappoint you. I guess it's just one of those things. But I was still very impressed by your reporting. In fact, I think you were really onto something trying to track down those two kids. The younger one is in the same grade as my Ryan, and she is such a troublemaker, always pranking the other kids on TikTok and whatnot. The older one is too, I've heard. I think they both take after their mother. You remember Mackenzie Baker, right, Bobby?
It's Detective Scoop. Vaguely, yes. She didn't graduate with us, did she?
Oh, heavens, no. She ran off to follow the Grateful Dead around for a while. Then she landed in New York City and got pregnant by some artist. That went south. So then she turned her talons on Wall Street. I haven't spoken to her in years, of course, but I did hear recently that she's going through divorce number 4. 4 more than God intended. And boy, is it a doozy. That's why the kids are here in the first place. She sent them to stay with her parents while she deals with the ugliness. Oh, but here I am airing other people's dirty laundry on a radio show of all places. I do apologize.
It's a podcast, actually.
Do you have any reason to believe these children are somehow involved in Big R's disappearance?
I don't have proof, if that's what you're asking, but I overheard my Ryan telling a friend of his that he knows someone who saw Blaze and Kush lurking near the Friar the night it disappeared. Truthfully, I thought they might be involved even before that. So did all the other parents on the PTA. There's just something about them. Plus, they're vegans and are always making fun of my Ryan for his unethical fried foods. Besides, who else would do such a thing to get to such a beloved landmark? In American Fork, we like to teach our children a little something called hometown pride. I can't see any other kids doing it.
What makes you so sure it's kids?
Oh, I suppose I'm not. I just can't imagine a grown person doing something so foolish.
You'd be surprised.
Anyway, is there anything else you can tell us, Miss McCormick?
Nothing comes to mind, no. But you should ask my sister about those kids. She is their principal, after all.
That's right. Do you think we could get you and Melinda in the studio together? She's the principal, you're head of the PTA, and you're twin sisters. If the two of you put your heads together, with the guidance of Detective Scoop, of course, I bet we could really make some headway on this case.
We'll have to see about that. It can be tough to get our schedules to line up, you know?
I sure do. Well, that's about all the time we have today. Miss McCormick, thank you so much for joining us. I'm sure we'll be speaking with you again soon, especially since you're this town's eyes and ears.
Absolutely. I would be more than happy to.
Well, we do appreciate it. And in the meantime, this is Bethany Lake saying, until the next bite, America.
America. America.
Fork! 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 And we're out.
Seriously, thank you so much for doing this. You really saved us. It's been hard to gain any meaningful traction on this case. You have no idea.
Oh, believe me, I do. I've lost a lot of sleep since that friar went missing.
I can imagine. Here, let me walk you out. Detective Scoop, would you like to join us so you two can catch up?
I suppose.
Wait, so can I hang in the studio for a few?
Do whatever you want. We're done for the day.
Salty much. Hey, InstaFam! I had a super exciting day today. Got to help out on my first in-studio interview for the show, and I cannot wait for you guys to hear it when the show airs. But since I'm here now, I figured I would show you guys around our little temporary studio. So, I don't actually know what most of these buttons do, but I do know that this funny-looking one is basically like a walkie-talkie, and when you push it, you can hear what's going on in the control room. I bet Teresa, our production manager, is still in there right now. Let's find out.
Oh, hey, Jeff. Great job today.
Oh, come on, T. I barely spoke. Starting to feel a bit crowded in that studio, if you ask me.
I know what you mean. While you're here, though, there's something I've been meaning to talk to you about.
Oh, yeah? What's that?
Curtis.
What about him?
Exactly. What about Curtis? Nothing's come from that missing persons report we filed. We still haven't talked to anybody who saw him after work the day he disappeared. And I'm just feeling like we're starting to lose sight of what we're doing here. You guys barely even mentioned him today. Be real with me for a second. Do you seriously think that Curtis has anything to do with this missing friar?
Of course not. No one does. But our job is to make a compelling radio show, not to track down some snot-nosed PA who probably got stuck in a K-hole somewhere and still hasn't managed to drag himself out.
That doesn't sound like Curtis at all.
Whatever. I barely knew the kid. Either way, the longer he stays missing, the easier it is for us to sell ads. The happier the network is, right? Frankly, I hope they never find him. We could probably get at least 2 more shows out of it.
Did you actually just say that? Damn, Jeff. I don't think I know you anymore.
Oh, please. I'm just saying what...
Guys, so sorry to interrupt while you're clearly in the middle of a very serious fight. But I just wanted to let you know that you're live on my Insta story.
Oh, shit.
Yes.
End
That was
scene.
fucking awesome, guys. We nailed that one. We nailed
Hey!
You did. I also let you know that
Yeah. Wow.
the author of this play, Emily Labus, is here.
one. One of them.
to talk about it. One of them.
Yes.
One of them.
Yes,
You are
unfortunately.
Ian Molnar.
Yes, he could not
remember
be
saying-
here tonight because after he made the joke about me being 40, I killed him.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
That's
Actually, actually, no, he is doing stand-up on a boat tonight. Literally, that's what he's doing. Yeah, no.
Wow.
Good luck, buddy. Break a leg. Hope it's going well. But yeah, no, you guys did an awesome job tonight. Could not have asked for a better cast and reading of that. It's wonderful. Thank you.
great.
So
These characters are so much fun.
they are.
Oh, good.
So, can you give us a little bit of a preview of the next one? I got some serious like, why are they never in the same place vibes from the twins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, we actually did toy with that. I can tell you that there are, in fact, 2 of them.
Okay.
Honestly, we were thinking about it, and then the only thing holding us back was the fact that Detective Scoop went to school with both of them,
Oh,
so he would know there was more than one. But that was going to be something fun. But we do have a lot of fun stuff coming up next week. You're finally going to meet Blaze and Kush.
I think we'd all like to meet Blaze and Kush.
I can't.
I mean, same.
man.
But yeah, no, it's been a lot of fun, especially this time working with Ian. I've been, getting used to collaboration, which is is his balance? Yes. Well, I don't know. He's got some good inner ears, Gary. Gary Simmons asked, "Is his balance good enough for boat stand up?" And he has some large inner ears, so I think he'll be okay. Thank you for asking. I'll let him know that you were worried. But yeah, so it's been really fun to collaborate with Ian. But another, as I'm expanding into the collaboration field, I've also gotten to work with Annie on our new series, Space Buns, which has been so exciting. Such a privilege, and you guys are going to get to hear it next week when our platform launches. I did notice a comment earlier. Is it just called the platform? No, it is called. When you go to the App Store, it'll be under Sambu Theater. So that's how you can find us there.
Yeah, that is confusing.
The platform.
But that's what we call it.
We call it the platform internally so much but anyway, so Annie and I have been working on a superhero series, and the pilot's going to launch with the Sambu Theater platform, and we could not be more excited for you guys to hear it.
Mhm. It's great. I listened to the whole thing today.
Oh, you did?
I
Awesome.
laughed. I laughed. Oh, did I laugh?
I did too.
Great job. Justin's in
Here's
it and Jeff's in it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Here's the thing, though. I don't think we say Wonder Wiener enough.
That's
maybe
true.
not.
Upon
Maybe
the
not.
original
Does
It
list-
felt like
anybody?
enough, but
Anyways. Oh, yeah.
I
I
didn't
realize
put my
the
notes
audience
down,
doesn't
so
know
I
what we're
scratched
talking about.
that one,
That's
Check
fine.
out Space Fun
I
to
don't
find out.
There,
Exactly.
just for one thing to kind of entice you, there is a song in it called "Saxophone Word Vomit." I mean,
Yeah.
not to spoil anything,
Yeah.
and it's amazing.
It's very good. It's very good.
thank
Performed
you.
by Annie's great friend, Mr. Mark Sutherland, who is an insanely talented saxophone player.
It's not really a song. It's more of a dramatization of
Yeah.
Of yelling.
words being spoken in a very drunken manner.
Yes,
I
indeed.
found it rather melodic.
Yeah.
It was very melodic. That's true.
Many melodies.
Yes, many of them. Well, Emily, thank you so much for coming to share.
Thank you, guys.
And thank you so much for the series. If you guys haven't seen this series yet, go check out our YouTube channel. We have all of our segments separated out into playlists now, so you can
Nice.
actually watch American Fork episode by episode at this point without having to dig through our entire streams. So yeah.